Hi, now let us discuss about the kerberos5. Already in the previous videos, we have seen what is kerberos, what are the various versions of a kerberos, and there are two versions already. We know that version 4 and version 5. We have seen the version 4 in the previous video, and in this video, we are going to discuss about the kerberos version 5. First of all, let us discuss the environmental shortcomings of a version 4. The problem with that version 4 of a kerberos are number one, encryption system dependence. That is, DES is used for encryption. That strength of a DES is a concern. That is one of the, it is dependent on that dependency is more, and that is one of the shortcoming. And the next one, the second problem is it depends upon the only IP addresses. Other than the IP addresses, if suppose ISO addresses are used, it is not accommodated by that version 4. And the third problem is message byte ordering. That ordering of a bytes are employed by the sender, that is determined, so that becomes a issue. And the fourth one is ticket lifetime. The lifetime can be expressed only up to 1280 minutes maximum. For some applications, it might not be it may be inadequate. It is not enough. That is another problem. And the next one is authentication forwarding. Version 4 does not allow the authentication information to be forwarded to some other host. And the next one is inter-realm authentication. Here, the connection among the, if suppose n realms are used, n users or n servers are to be connected, work interoperability, then the connection required, Kerberos to Kerberos relationship is required. That is n square relationship is required in case of the version 4. These are all found to be some of the shortcomings of a Kerberos version 4. And in addition to that, some technical deficiencies are also there. Double encryption. The message 2 is response from the authentication server to the client. The response from the authentication server will be in form of encrypted. So one time the encryption is done. And fourth message is for ticket granting service. Once again, the response is given in encrypted form. So twice the encryption is done, it is considered to be waste. So that is another waste of time, waste of resources. So it is another technical deficiency. And number 2, session keys. So for a particular session, the service can be repeated without requesting again and again. So the same ticket can be used for a particular period of time without requesting for a ticket. So in this case, the same ticket will be used for a data transmission. If suppose the same ticket is used, the opponent or a third person or an intruder can identify that, and he can make use of that ticket. If the ticket is captured, then the opponent can make use of that and can perform various attacks. So that is another risk technique in the technical point of view. And the third deficiency is PCBC encryption. That is, version 4 uses a DES. It is vulnerable to an attack. And the next one is a password attack. Password attack is possible in both the versions, version 4 and version 5. But some more security requirements are enforced in the version 5, even though we cannot provide the 100% assurance for the protection of a password. And here new elements introduced in a Kerberos version 5 or realm. Here it indicates that realm indicates how many users are there, who are all assigned in a group, who are not assigned, so that the authenticity is verified by this property. And some more options, some more flags are added in the returned ticket. no, more flags in order to provide the securities, and the time information when it was started, how long it will be valid, and renewal time. All these flags are introduced in the Kerberos version 5, and a random value whenever a transaction is done, instead of repeating the same in the previous version 4, the same ticket is used, so the value will be repeated. uh, so anybody, if the same thing is repeated, anybody receives the ticket can make attack, so that each for every time a service is acquired or requested, a random value will be generated. It is another thing introduced in a Kerberos version 5. The message exchanges are given here. Uh, First of all, client request for a ticket, then authentication server in turn returns the uh, ticket to the client machine. Some flags are added in this version 5, and the third message is a request for a service. This is sent to the TGS, ticket granting server. Ticket granting server in turn verifies the authentication of the request, and then response ticket will be given to the client. Then finally, client can obtain the services from the server. The strength of Kerberos or user's password are never sent in a plain form. Here the password is only encrypted. That is one of the strength. And secret keys are also sent in an encrypted form. There will be a mutual authentication between the client and a server. First, the client server authentication is established, then the services will be provided, and it limits the duration. The time limitation will be given only for a particular period of time. The service will be established. Then, if required, maybe extended by the maybe renewed. The duration can be renewed by the user for the authentication of services. These authentications are reusable and remains permanent for fixed period of time. These are examined by the specialist or experts in the industry. These are all considered to be the strength of the Kerberos. Thank you.